From beautiful Remington Park and Casino in Oklahoma City, it is HD Boxing, brought to you by Sailor Jerry. Good evening and welcome to a great night of action here inside the ring. My name is Andrew Spino. We are here for the main event, a rematch between world contender middleweights. Joining us as always, the champ, Darren Humphrey. Darren, these two fighters, Bo Gibbs Jr. and Derek Adkins. Adkins handed Gibbs his first loss. This is the rematch. How high is the drama and how high are the stakes?
Well, the stakes and drama are really high for Bo Gibbs. Not that it's not high for Derek Adkins. He gave Bo Gibbs his first loss. And he's coming into the fight expecting to win, but it means everything to Bo Gibbs, and I think Bo Gibbs is going to bring everything to the table tonight. And I think he's going to be looking for the early stoppage. I think he wants to get that revenge back on Adkins. Adkins, who's a tough MMA fighter, we'll see what happens.
Bo Gibbs has wanted this rematch for 2 years.
Right.
However, Adkins struggled to make weight tonight at super middleweight. What does that tell you?
Well, that's a good point. And I've been there and done that. Losing the last 2 or 3 pounds to make weight's really tough. That's the hardest part. In my opinion, I think it was a strategy move by Adkins. He didn't want to lose those extra couple of pounds because he wanted to be strong going into the fight. And I think that was a mental thing for Adkins. Bo Gibbs, however, is a professional fighter, not that Adkins didn't. And he came in and made weight. And, I think mentally it probably helps Bo Gibbs.
Bo Gibbs versus Derek Adkins 2. The rematch is coming up. We have that and a spectacular card the whole night long. You're going to want to stick around for HD Boxing. We'll be right back.
Cold outside, but the action is hot 24/7 at Remington Park. So come and play the Remington way.
Welcome back to the Rumble at Remington, live boxing in Oklahoma City at Remington Park and Casino. This fight is 4 rounds in the lightweight division. 2 fighters, one making his pro debut, the other looking for his first victory in the ring. We have Raul Garcia in the ring now. Victor Gonzalez making his way over. Darren Humphrey joining us ringside. Darren, what should we expect from this fight?
I think there's a lot of pressure from both fighters here tonight. They're both from Oklahoma City, so they're both local fighters. Garcia's 0-1. He's in the ring first, but I have to think that Gonzalez probably has more pressure because this is his pro debut. He's never done this. But, we'll see. That's why we fight. Nothing on paper matters. That's why we get in the ring.
Well, both these guys have an extensive amateur background and have since focused on MMA. We'll see how they do here inside the ring. Both fighters look like they are ready to go. Let's send it up in the ring to the omniscient Gerald Whalen.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 4 rounds of boxing scheduled in the lightweight division, proudly brought to you by Tecate. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in at an official 128 pounds from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Ladies and gentlemen, Raul Garcia. And his opponent standing across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in at an official 127 pounds, making his professional debut right here in his hometown of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Ladies and gentlemen, Victor Gonzalez. We go to Gary Ritter for your instructions.
Okay, gentlemen, you received your instructions earlier. Give us a spirited, clean fight. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands. The nable's the foul line. Keep your punches up. Touch your gloves. Do it the bell.
Well, between the trunks and the gloves, it's easy to confuse one fighter with another. That's Raul Garcia in the black trunks with the silver trim, and Victor Gonzalez fighting out of the red corner with the solid black. Here we go. Garcia immediately taking the southpaw stance. Darren Humphrey, how should we expect this first round to shape up?
Well, I'm a little bit confused, I think. Both these guys are, young as far as the pro game goes. They have extensive amateur careers. It looks like Gonzalez probably has a better footwork. So I think it's going to be Garcia's job to, work his way in and make something happen. Ooh, good right uppercut there by Garcia. Like I said, Gonzalez has the footwork. He's kind of long and lanky. We'll see.
Yeah, Gonzalez.
He's going to have to keep that chin tucked when he throws that jab, however.
He's working and moving very well in the ring, but then he throws a lazy jab that Garcia seems to counter right off of.
Yeah, and that's a good point. A lot of fighters will maybe throw that jab kind of lackadaisical out there, but, fighters are looking to counter that like Garcia does. Oh, good right hand there by Garcia.
What I see from Gonzalez, and I've seen this from several fighters who are young, is movement for movement's sake. It's not part of a greater strategy. Gonzalez moving very well, but very dry as he starts out round one. Darren, how can that handicap him? And have you seen this from fighters before who move well but don't throw well?
Well, you're absolutely correct, Andrew. And a lot of fighters will move like that because they're nervous and they're just simply wearing themselves out. If you move too much, you're wearing yourself out.
It's one thing to move. It's another to move and throw punches. Gonzalez trying to keep him at bay with that jab and landed a nice one. A nice 1-2 over the top, and here comes Garcia firing back. And from what I see, Garcia just seems more determined to take this fight to Gonzalez.
There's no doubt about
Gonzalez
that.
looks like he's avoiding the fight.
Well, if you notice, every time Gonzalez throws a fight, he kind of ducks his head, and that's why Garcia's throwing that lead uppercut. Ooh, just like he did there. And notice Garcia turns southpaw, and that's because he sees Gonzalez leaning over, and he's going to lean into something here pretty quick.
Garcia is slightly shorter than Gonzalez, doesn't have the footwork, but has managed to work himself inside of Gonzalez's guard and landing very effective punches whenever he gets inside. And now we see Gonzalez almost flinching as Garcia throws.
Yeah, I think Garcia's bringing the fight to Gonzalez, and I think Gonzalez was maybe hoping to, to box and move outside, but that's, Garcia's not letting that happen.
We are toward the end of round one.
However, Gonzalez lands a good right hand there. He
sure
didn't follow
did.
up, but,
This has been a great round one between two guys looking for their first win in the ring. We have round two coming up.
Cold outside, but the action is hot 24/7 at Remington Park. So come and play the Remington way.
Round two of this lightweight bout. Victor Gonzalez out of the red corner, Raul Garcia out of the blue, each looking for a first win inside the ring. These two guys going at it. And Gonzalez goes down from a short left hook thrown by Garcia. Might have been just overwhelmed. Darren, how do you call it?
Well, Garcia's bringing the fight to him. He wants it more. Gonzalez, I think maybe maybe a better look as far as boxing goes. You mentioned that in the first fight. Physique obviously doesn't matter. It's who wants to win and who brings it. And Garcia's bringing the fight to Gonzalez, and he's overwhelming him.
Well, Gonzalez really did not look terribly stunned by that knockdown. Frankly, he looked more stunned by the right hand he caught on the chin during probably 2 exchanges ago.
No, and I would agree with that. I think he's looking for ways out, though.
And Gonzalez down again. Was it a slip? No. Referee Gary Ritter giving him the count. He's up to 7-8, giving him the standing out 8 count. Wipes off the gloves. One more knockdown, and this is over, and that's it.
Yep.
TKO.
Garcia had the shorter punches.
Raul Garcia nailing decisively his first win in the ring. We'll have the official time coming up.
From the 2018 Master Distillers of the Year comes a bold new American whiskey and fistful of bourbon. Their whiskeys have been award-winning for generations. Now they're going all in on bourbon, blending 5 straight whiskeys to create a big balanced bourbon that stands apart from everything else. So grab yourself a fistful of bourbon, a blend of 5 bourbons created with over 100 years of whiskey blending experience. It ain't just a bourbon, it's a damn fistful. Please enjoy responsibly.
This lightweight bout has ended with a TKO in the second. For the official time, let's sending up to the sockdologizing Gerald Whalen.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout has ended at 1 minute and 19 seconds into the second round. Your winner by TKO, out of the blue corner, Raul Garcia.
Our main event, Bo Gibbs versus Derek Adkins, super middleweight world contenders, is coming up.
Baby, relax. I'll have this all cleaned up. I'll make you a nice dinner.
Love you. Bye.
Bye, baby. What are you looking at? Get in here. Scrub it! I am! Get in here.
Going to a party. I just all
2 cups flour. Stir! Don't speak! Faster! Stir!
started up a fight.
Wow. You like? I slaved all day.
Welcome back to the Rumble at Remington. This next fight is 5 rounds in the junior middleweight division. Ruben Simontal already in the ring. He is undefeated, 1-0 with 1 knockout, and coming into the ring is veteran Travis Nero, going for his second win inside the ring. Darren Humphrey joins us ringside. Darren, what should we expect from these 2 guys?
A really good fight. We talked earlier about being the veteran. I think Nero in this circumstance is both a veteran as far as fights go and as far as age goes. But, as we saw earlier, none of that matters. It's what happens when we come into the ring.
Travis Nero, a bit older than Ruben Simontal. Ruben Simontal, just 23 years old. Travis Nero, he's coming up on 33. Both fighters are in the ring. These are junior middleweights. Let's get the announcement from the astounding Gerald Whalen.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at Remington Park, welcome to your main event of the evening. Proudly brought to you by Imperium Utility Services. 4 rounds of boxing scheduled in the junior middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in at an official 144 pounds. His professional record stands a perfect one. 1 win with no defeats. 1 win coming by way of knockout. from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, ladies and gentlemen, Ruben the Menace Cimental. And his opponent standing across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in at an official 148 pounds from Norman, Oklahoma. Ladies and gentlemen, Travis, the treacherous one, Nero. We go to Gary Ritter for your instructions.
Okay, gentlemen, you got your instructions there to give us a spirited, clean fight. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands. Both your trunks good. Touch them up. Go at the bell.
Here we go. This is 4 rounds in the junior middleweight division. Ruben Cimental, undefeated at 1-0. He is in the blue trunks with gold trim, taking on veteran Travis Nero in the black trunks with white trim. Darren Humphrey, how should we expect round 1 to go?
Well, typically round 1 is going to be a filling out fight, but because we're only fighting 5 rounds here, I think they're going to come out swinging. It may take a minute or two, but I feel like maybe Nero is going to bring that fight to Cimental. We'll see here. Cimental leads with a pretty good jab and a right hand. So,
well, Cimental has an extensive amateur background. He's 1-0 as a pro. Travis Nero has had 5 pro fights, but Cimental seems
good body shot there.
much more determined and, frankly, Darren, with all due respect to Nero, much more professional in there.
well, perhaps, like we saw in the previous fight, it's whoever's going to sit down on their punches is what matters, and I feel like Nero's on his toes right now, where Cimental's sitting down on his punches and bringing the fight to Nero. So that's a big difference to me. It's, in my opinion, it's who wants it most going in, especially to the later rounds of the fight.
Have you been impressed so far with Cimental's ability to slip punches? I
Yeah.
think Nero has thrown probably 8 jabs, and not one of them has landed on Cimental's head.
Well, you have a good point, and I think maybe, I don't know. I don't know if that's because Nero's maybe understanding the amateur background of Cimental. Hey, it's a fight, anything can happen, but the difference, in my opinion, is sitting down on your punches.
A couple jabs landing in that exchange for Travis Nero in the black trunks with the white trim. Travis Nero seemingly trying to press the action, but Cimental landing much more effectively, throwing those long punches from the outside.
Yeah, and I would agree with that. I think Cimental definitely, at least at this point, he steps in when he needs to, but then he pulls out, if that makes sense, when he needs to as well. So, every punch is different,
Nero
and the reason I say that is because Cimental kind of set back and threw a, like a counter left hook, and it landed, and it was clean and what it needed to be at that point.
Nero at one point there swinging for the fences, a wild overhand right that didn't even come close to Cimental. That punch almost seeming like an attempt to keep Cimental off of him.
Yeah, you're right, but I
do you
think
think
Cimental's
Cimental's
leaning
pressure-
forward. Yeah, absolutely. Cimental's coming forward. Everything he throws, he's leaning forward, and he's throwing everything with power, where Nero's trying to box, if that makes sense.
Cimental just 23 years old.
Good overhand right there by Cimental.
And dominating in round 1. We have round 2 coming up.
From the 2018 Master Distillers of the Year comes a bold new American whiskey and fistful of bourbon. Their whiskeys have been award-winning for generations. Now they're going all in on bourbon, blending 5 straight whiskeys to create a big balanced bourbon that stands apart from everything else. So grab yourself a fistful of bourbon, a blend of 5 bourbons created with over 100 years of whiskey blending experience. It ain't just a bourbon, it's a damn fistful. Please enjoy responsibly.
Here we go, round 2 of this junior middleweight bout. Ruben Cimental in the blue trunks with gold trim. Travis Nero in the black with white. Darren Humphrey, how'd you score round 1?
I would maybe give that round to Cimental. Again, he was coming forward, sitting down on his punches. That's been a big deal to me tonight for some reason. I just think that maybe makes a difference.
Travis Nero has not looked particularly impressive in this bout, but we have to point out that he KO'd one of the toughest fighters we've seen, J.R. Coffin.
You're right about that. And that night, as I remember, I felt like he was maybe on his toes, hanging out on the outside of the, the ring. He was moving around and then landed a good punch. So it's a fight. Anything can happen.
Is Simmental giving Nero the respect he deserves?
I don't think so. But that might be what, gives Simmental the advantage tonight.
Oh! Nice overhand right coming over the left hook of Travis Nero. Nero struggling to his feet as referee Gary Ritter gives him the count. Wipes off the gloves here in round 2. Simmental pressing the action, but Nero returning fire. Oh, and again!
It's over.
Nice left hand puts Travis Nero flat on his back. Unbelievably getting up for the second time in this round. Referee Gary Ritter looking at him closely and deciding, yes, this fight can continue. One more knockdown and this is over. Simmental
and Nero
putting on the pressure.
Oh, Nero needs the box. He needs the box. He needs to keep his hands up and he needs to move outside and get his wits about him.
Nero almost going down in the neutral corner.
Yeah.
And that is it. A 1-2 right hand puts Simmental down. I stand corrected. The 3 knockdown rule not in effect. Gary Ritter giving him the 8. And here we go. Travis Nero has
good
been
body
down
shot there
3
by Simmental.
times already.
And notice Simmental's keeping his jab hand out there, and he's setting the distance and then throwing those punches. Obviously, Simmental has the more experience here.
Yes, Simmental very smartly going to the body. Already has Nero down 3 times in this round. He unloads big punches. How much is Gary Ritter willing to let him take?
Yeah.
Good, crisp combinations from the undefeated Ruben Simmental.
Yeah, and Nero's corner needs to be telling him to use his jab and stay on the outside. There's only a few seconds left in this round, and there's no reason he shouldn't be doing that. You got to get into the next round and get your wits about you.
Round 2 is over. Round 3 is next.
Cold outside, but the action is hot 24/7 at Remington Park. So come and play the Remington way.
This is round 3 of this junior middleweight 4-round bout. We saw Travis Nero in the black trunks with white trim go down 3 times in round 2. Ruben Simmental applying the pressure and back to the body. Darren, the question is, how long can Travis Nero last?
Well, I don't know if you're noticing, but everything Nero's doing, he has his jaw wide open. You can't do that. You have to be relaxed, but you have to have your mouth closed because some of those punches that are landing, looping and things like that, Simmental's, he's knocking him down. Not that Nero's done and out, but it affects him, obviously, and he goes down.
He does, and getting cracked with an overhand right with an
and his
open
mouth is wide open. He needs to jab and move outside, get his wits, and then have a new, something new to come in.
That's how a fighter ends up with a broken jaw.
Absolutely.
But Nero giving a good account of himself in this round so far.
Hey, he's a warrior. There's no doubt. He's he's here to fight. He's not going to lay down.
Oh,
good
tough
body shot there, right up under the rib cage there by Simmental.
And again upstairs, landing to the left temple of Travis Nero.
Yeah, and Nero needs to stick that jab and move and stay on the outside. He's trying to do that, but Simmental's, tracking him down. Great uppercut there. It's over.
A beautiful right uppercut on the inside. Referee Gary Ritter waves off the contest. TKO here in round 3. We'll have the official time coming up.
Baby, relax. I'll have this all cleaned up. I'll make you a nice dinner.
Love you. Bye.
Bye, baby. What are you looking at? Get in here. Scrub it! I am! Get in here.
Going to a party. I just own
2 cups flour. Stir! Don't streak! Faster! Stir!
started up a fight. Wow.
You like? I slaved all day.
Ladies and gentlemen, the co-main event of the evening, brought to you by Imperium Utility Services, ends at 1 minute and 30 seconds into the 3rd round. Your winner by TKO out of the blue corner, Ruben the Mender Cemento.
TKO in round 3. Fantastic fight as Ruben Cimental improves his undefeated record to 2-0. Our main event, middleweight world contenders Bo Gibbs versus Derek Adkins. The rematch is coming up.
From the 2018 Master Distillers of the Year comes a bold new American whiskey and fistful of bourbon. Their whiskeys have been award-winning for generations. Now they're going all in on bourbon, blending 5 straight whiskeys to create a big balanced bourbon that stands apart from everything else. So grab yourself a fistful of bourbon, a blend of 5 bourbons created with over 100 years of whiskey blending experience. It ain't just a bourbon, it's a damn fistful. Please enjoy responsibly.
Baby, relax. I'll have this all cleaned up. I'll make you a nice dinner.
Love you. Bye.
Bye, baby. What are you looking at? Get in here. Scrub it! I am! Get in here.
Going to a party. I just own
2 cups flour. Stir! Don't streak! Faster! Stir!
started up a fight. Wow.
You like? I slaved all day.
This is our main event of the evening at the Rumble at Remington, the rematch. Bo Gibbs Jr. versus Derek Adkins. Joining us, as always, ringside is the champ, Darren Humphrey. Darren, let's take a look at the tail of the tape.
Well, on paper, Bo Gibbs looks like obviously the better fighter, but Adkins did what he did in the first fight. And Bo Gibbs has been looking for a rematch this whole time, and I feel like Adkins maybe drew it out, maybe waited to do this. So we'll see. Adkins came in a little bit overweight, so there's a couple of different scenarios we can look at there. Did Adkins do that because is he not in shape, or did he do it because, hey, I want to take everything into this fight, not lose the last couple of pounds? That's something everybody's got to think about tonight.
Derek Adkins handing Bo Gibbs his first loss as a professional. Bo Gibbs, of course, a world-ranked middleweight. And it looks like both fighters are in the ring. We are ready to go for the moment we've all been waiting for, our main event. Let's send it up to the scary Okie, Gerald Whalen.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at Remington Park, welcome to Championship Boxing here at Remington Park at the Cathedral Rumble at Remington. And this is for the new Imperium Oklahoma State Super Middleweight title. 6 rounds of boxing scheduled in the Super Middleweight division. And this is the second chapter to a story that begins 2 years ago. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a man on a road to redemption. He weighed in at an official 167 pounds. His professional record stands a stunning 20 wins, only 2 defeats, with 8 wins coming by way of knockout. The former Oklahoma middleweight champion, the former ABA super middleweight champion, the fighting pride of Kearney, Oklahoma. Ladies and gentlemen, Bo Hands of War Gibbs! And his opponent standing across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in at an official 171 pounds. His professional record stands at 5 wins with 2 defeats, with only 1 draw, 3 wins coming by way of knockout. From Edmond, Oklahoma, ladies and gentlemen, the former super middleweight champion of Oklahoma, Derek A. Gibbs Adkins. We go to Gerald Ritter for your instructions.
Okay, gentlemen, we're going 6 championship rounds. Expect you to obey my commands. Protect yourself at all times. Let's have a good, clean fight. Touch your gloves, and let's get after it.
This is our main event, a title fight for the Oklahoma Super Middleweight Championship. Bo Gibbs fighting out of the red corner, 20-2. He is a world-ranked middleweight, taking on Derek Adkins, the only man, or rather the first man, to hand him a defeat inside the ring. Darren Humphrey with us at ringside. Darren, how much pressure is on Bo Gibbs to look good in this fight?
Well, a ton of pressure. You know, as you mentioned, Bo Gibbs is world rated. That's a big, big deal. But Derek Adkins stopped him in his first loss, so that has to weigh on his mind. There's no question about it. And something I will say, Adkins is a wrestler, and I feel like he sits on his punches. It was a late knockdown or a late knockout. He knocked him down in the first round and then stopped him in the 6th round. But, you know, that has to weigh on Bo Gibbs' mind. As you mentioned earlier, Bo's been waiting on this for 2 years. So, you know, we're about to see what happens.
Of course, every fighter has an off night in his career. The question is, did Bo Gibbs have an off night that particular night 2 years ago? Or does Derek Adkins have his number?
Well, and that's a good question. That's why we're all sitting here watching it and anxious, you know. I feel like, you know, I don't know. The fight game is tough. You know, everybody's good. Anything can happen at any time. I think maybe Bo Gibbs maybe had just an off night, but we'll see.
Well, Bo Gibbs here in the first round looks dry and tense. And frankly, Derek Adkins has landed the much more effective punches here in round 1. Bo Gibbs, the younger fighter, only 27, should be in his prime, versus Derek Adkins, who is now coming up on 30 years old.
Well, and you have a good point there. I think Bo maybe is obviously a little bit uptight here. No matter what he's done in the boxing ring, he still has to remember that knockout from Adkins. So he's maybe, you know, a little bit tense, but as long as he can get through the first round or 2 and not get hurt or knocked down, I think he's probably going to win the fight.
But since that bout...
Good jab there. Oh, great left hook, too. He sat down and caught Adkins coming in.
Since that bout, Bo Gibbs has fought many more high-caliber, world-class fighters. Is he 2 years more experienced and better at this point than Adkins?
Well, maybe as crazy as this sounds, I've been waiting to say this all night. If you're fighting maybe an inexperienced, tough fighter, as I mentioned earlier, Adkins is a wrestler, so he's tough by nature. Mm-hmm. An unorthodox fighter makes everything tough. You know, Bo's been in there with obviously guys that are good like him. There's a difference between fighting an orthodox fighter and an unorthodox fighter.
And Derek Adkins giving a shout out to his wrestling background on his left calf with the official Oklahoma wrestling logo. We're coming to the end of round 1 with Gibbs trapped in the corner. We have round 2 coming up next.
outside, but the action is hot 24/7 at Remington Park. So come and play the Remington way.
Welcome to my lodge. This Temple of Wood, Stone, and Sports is more than just a lifestyle, it's a mentality. At Twin Peaks, we're rooted in forest-to-table comfort food, wall-to-wall TVs, and our signature 29-degree draft beer. So, welcome to the lodge mentality. Because here at Twin Peaks, we're all lumberjacks. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views.
There we go, round 2 of our main event. Middleweight contenders, Bo Gibbs in the silver trunks.
Great body shot. Excuse me.
He's taking on Darren Adkins in the black trunks with white trim. Gibbs looking to avenge his first loss in the ring. Adkins knocking him out 2 years ago. Bo Gibbs looking to make a difference in his professional career. Darren, first tell us how you scored number 1. Secondly, I want to hear what you think about the stakes for this fight for Bo Gibbs.
Well, the stakes are really high. A fight is a fight, and I don't want anybody to forget about that. Derek Adkins is a super tough guy. He's here, and he obviously gave Bo Gibbs his first loss. I think Bo maybe had that fight until the last 10 seconds when Derek had him in the corner and landed the heavy shots.
How did you score round 1, Darren?
I think I would, as much as I hate to say it, I think maybe Adkins maybe won that based on the last 10, 15 seconds. And it's what we've said all night. Derek Adkins sat down on his punches, and he rocked Bo Gibbs going into the last few seconds. But I will say this, Bo Gibbs came out with a different mindset, and he's already landed 3 or 4 good body shots, and to me, that plays a big difference in the fight. Whether you notice it at that point or not, it plays a big difference.
Well, I would give Derek Adkins round number 1, but round number 2, we're about halfway through. I'd have to give to Bo Gibbs
For
simply
sure.
on the body punches. He's landing
Right.
very effective shots when he manages to work his way on the inside without eating a bunch of jabs and a right hand on his way in.
Right. Oh.
And there's Derek.
Hey, and
Derek Adkins is a tough guy, and he is smart on the inside.
he is. He's a wrestler. Wrestlers are tough no matter what. And they're there to fight, and that's a big, big thing when you're inside the ring.
Bo Gibbs putting money in the bank by doubling up on those body shots, lefts and rights every time he gets Adkins back against the ropes. But Adkins, frankly, I feel is controlling the action in the middle of the ring.
Well, it's hard to disagree with that, but Bo Gibbs is landing a lot of body shots right now. And they're maybe not taking effect right now, but they're going to here shortly.
I think the difference is that Gibbs is landing
I'm
hard
sorry.
punches.
Right.
Hard punches.
It's Gibbs. I apologize.
Yeah, Gibbs is landing hard punches on the inside. And while it appears Adkins, well, although this round is even at this point, and I think Gibbs may have taken over the round of those last 2 body punches. It's a pretty even round, but Gibbs is definitely building momentum. It's the end of round 2. Round 3 coming up.
Baby, relax. I'll have this all cleaned up. I'll make you a nice dinner.
Love you. Bye.
Bye, baby. What are you looking at? Get in here. Scrub it! I am! Ow! Get in here.
Going to a party. I danced all
2
night.
cups flour. Stir! Don't streak! Faster! Stir!
Started up a fight. Wow.
You like? I slaved all day.
Round 3 of this 6-round title fight for the Oklahoma Super Middleweight Championship. Darren Humphrey ringside. Darren, you said you scored round 1 slightly in favor of Derek Adkins. How'd you score round 2?
Well, I'd have to definitely give that to Gibbs. I got my names confused. I get excited like everybody else in the crowd. You know, this fight is exciting. It means something to me. You know, both of these guys are warriors, and that's why we're here. you know, I feel like Gibbs landed the better body shots in that second round, and I think that's going to take precedence in the long run.
Bo Gibbs is 20-2 in his pro record. He's a world-ranked middleweight contender. How high are the stakes in this fight, Darren?
Well, it's a big deal. If Bo Gibbs loses this fight tonight, I think he maybe goes off in obscurity over, you know, the next year or two. But if he wins, I think he's back where he wants to be and where he needs to be.
And does he put himself in line for a title fight?
Well, absolutely. You know, but
or
he's got
a bigger title fight.
Absolutely, but he's got a really big fight in front of him tonight, as we're seeing.
What's the psychological toll on a fighter when they've been knocked out and are standing face to face with the fighter who put them down? How much of a toll is that?
There's so many things that go into a fight. There's so many things that a fighter thinks about before a fight. You know, earlier we talked about maybe the ring being soft and all that. That it used to affect me. I thought about everything. I think Bo's, you know, he's a professional. Both these guys are professionals, but you know, Bo's got to relax and believe in himself. You know, that's tough because he got stopped by this guy, but I think ultimately Bo Gibbs is obviously the better fighter.
Well, Darren, as much as we've been talking, I feel like almost we've lost sight of the fact that this is a spectacular fight. These two are trading punches toe-to-toe every time they exchange. This is high drama and high stakes here in Oklahoma City, Remington Park and Casino, as Bo Gibbs looks to establish himself once again on the world middleweight scene. Darren, Gibbs is very deliberately and methodically working the body. Is that the right strategy? And there goes the mouthpiece. Gibbs laughing as an Adkins right uppercut shears the mouthpiece from his mouth. Referee Gerald Ritter taking it over the corner to wash out, and maybe a much needed reprieve for Bo Gibbs.
Sure, and I think Bo Gibbs is maybe a little bit too focused on coming forward and landing big shots. He got stopped, so he wants to stop Adkins tonight, and he's got to forget about all that. He's just got to go out there and box. It's called boxing, not brawling.
We are coming up on the end of round 3. We have round 4 coming up.
From the 2018 Master Distillers of the Year comes a bold new American whiskey and fistful of bourbon. Their whiskeys have been award-winning for generations. Now they're going all in on bourbon, blending 5 straight whiskeys to create a big balanced bourbon that stands apart from everything else. So grab yourself a fistful of bourbon, a blend of 5 bourbons created with over 100 years of whiskey blending experience. It ain't just a bourbon, it's a damn fistful. Please enjoy responsibly.
Cold outside, but the action is hot 24/7 at Remington Park. So come and play the Remington way.
This is a title fight. Super middleweights fighting for the Oklahoma Super Middleweight Championship. Bo Gibbs in the white, gold, silver trunks, taking on Derek Adkins in the black with white trim. Bo Gibbs, 20-2, taking on Derek Adkins, the only man, or rather the first man, to hand him a defeat in the ring with a spectacular KO 2 years ago. Darren Humphrey joining us ringside. Darren, I gave Gibbs the last 2 rounds, but I don't want to give fight fans the wrong impression. Adkins is by no means out of this fight.
You're exactly right, and this is a perfect example of styles make fights.
Explain what you mean.
Well, I think Bo Gibbs is maybe a little too focused. I think Bo Gibbs at this point wants to knock Derek Adkins out because Derek Adkins gave Bo Gibbs his first loss, and I think Bo's maybe a little too focused on that. And he's fighting the fight that Adkins wants him to fight.
You know, something I noticed about Bo Gibbs, when he throws double hooks to the body, he seems to get really good leverage on one hand and almost slapping with the other.
Yeah.
Is that something he should work on?
Yeah, I think so, but I think that has to do with him getting stopped in the first fight. You know, he wants to come forward and land a big shot, but at the same time, he's scared to get hit big.
Who wouldn't be worried about return fire when someone's knocked you out before? Derek Adkins handing Bo Gibbs, world middleweight contender, his only loss inside the ring. Derek Adams in the black trunks with white trim. Bo Gibbs in the white, gold, and frankly spectacular trunks. They're glittery. Is that the best way to put it? But Bo Gibbs seems to be pressing the action. But Darren, frankly, does not seem to be controlling the action.
Well, and you have a really good point. And that's kind of what I've been trying to say in a nutshell without saying it. But I don't know. I think Bo needs to box maybe a little bit more because Adkins is a strong fighter just like Bo is. And I think Bo needs to outbox him, if that makes sense. I've been saying all night how you want to sit on your punches, and you do. But at the same time, you've got to box.
Bo Gibbs is fighting aggressively. Darren, do you think he's fighting smartly?
I don't. And I think that's just a mental thing because he got stopped in the first fight.
We're coming up toward the end of round 4 of this title fight. We have round 5 coming up.
And in saying that, there's a whole lot of fight left.
Cold outside, but the action is hot 24/7 at Remington Park. So come and play the Remington way.
Round 5 of this 6-round title fight for the Oklahoma Super Middleweight Championship. Darren Humphrey ringside. I have Gibbs now winning 3 rounds to 1, but by no means dominating. Darren?
Well, I think I would agree with you, but I think you couldn't have a big argument that maybe it's, maybe the other way a little bit. I really do think Bo Gibbs is winning this fight, but Adkins is doing his job. I will say that.
Adkins, a very crafty fighter.
He is, and he looks really relaxed, and I'm surprised about that with as experienced as Bo Gibbs is, especially being on the world scene.
Not only does he look relaxed, he looks like a guy who's in control of the fight, and there he lands 2 overhand rights over the jab of
And he's
Bo
unorthodox.
Gibbs.
Did you see him backhanding right there?
Somehow landed a backhand
and Derek Adkins is fighting right now where Bo Gibbs is boxing.
Excellent point, Darren Humphrey. So who would you say has the advantage?
Well, it's a big mental game, and Derek Adkins is doing what he needs to do to make it tough. I think Bo Gibbs is winning the fight, as we talked about, but it's not easy, obviously.
Well, Bo Gibbs may be winning the fight, but each of those rounds were close, and frankly, I would give this round 5 to Derek Adkins so far.
Yeah, and what I think Bo Gibbs needs to do is he needs to start throwing some overhand looping right hands because Derek Adkins is leaning in with his hands down. And he's doing that to move Bo Gibbs with his elbows and his hips. And I think if Bo will throw that looping overhand right, I think he probably sits Derek Adkins down.
I think what Bo Gibbs has not figured out since the fight 2 years ago is how to set up Adkins for a punch.
You're right.
He keeps working the jab, and it's not working for him.
You're right, because Derek Adkins is not going to go backward. He's a wrestler, he's a fighter, and he's there to fight. And that's a big deal. And that's what I'm saying. He's got to do some maybe unorthodox things and go outside of the realm. Bo Gibbs is obviously he's a great fighter. but Derek Atkins is no pushover.
Well, this has been a brutal fight so far. We're in round 5 of this super middleweight title bout. Bo Gibbs in the white trunks with gold sparkles.
Yeah, but if you notice, even that last round of punches that Derek Atkins threw, he comes in and Atkins uses his hips and his weight and he pushes Bo around, where if Bo would throw some looping things over the top, Atkins' hands are down. And I think that would maybe be a difference in the fight.
That's the end of round 5, the 6th and final round coming up.
Welcome to my lodge. This temple of wood, stone, and sports is more than just a lifestyle. It's a mentality. At Twin Peaks, we're rooted in forest-to-table comfort food, wall-to-wall TVs, and our signature 29-degree draft beer. So, welcome to the lodge mentality. Because here at Twin Peaks, we're all lumberjacks. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the Rumble at Remington, the super middleweight title fight. Bo Gibbs versus Derek Atkins. Bo Gibbs looking to avenge his first loss in the ring. Bo Gibbs 20-2, Derek Atkins 5-2. But seemingly appears to be in good shape in this bout, and now turns it around. So Bo Gibbs has his back against the ropes. Derek Atkins controlling a lot of the action. Darren Humphrey joins us ringside. Darren, how do you have this fight scored going into the last round?
I'm confused at this point, Andrew. I think especially that body shot right there, I think Bo looks like the better boxer, but this is a fight. This isn't a boxing match. This is a fight between these two guys. And it's personal, and everything matters. And I think Derek Atkins is doing his job. He's not in there to box. He's in there to fight.
Well, Bo Gibbs seems to charge in, determined to throw that big right hand, but frankly, it hasn't landed the way he's wanted to. And he hasn't adjusted his style accordingly.
And I agree. There's you can't deny that. And that's a credit to Derek Atkins, Again, Atkins has his hands down. Bo's coming forward, but Atkins is using his shoulders and his hips and legs and pushing Bo around a little bit, in my opinion. I think Bo's probably throwing the harder, better punches as far as a boxer goes. But Atkins is making it tough on him.
And as we wrap up the last round, who's in better shape?
Well, that's a great question. They're in there they're both in there battling, and I don't know.
These guys,
they're both in great shape. It's still a great fight.
They both seem like they're in superb shape.
Absolutely.
They're still throwing hard punches, non-stop punches.
And to me, this, like I mentioned earlier, this is a perfect example of styles make fights. Atkins is making it tough on Bo Gibbs. Although Bo Gibbs is a much better boxer, Atkins is making it a fight, not a boxing match.
And I think Atkins is winning this round, but all it would take is a pretty solid combination from Gibbs to turn that around.
And did you notice right there what Atkins did, though? He stood up against Bo, and he had his shoulders into him, and he threw Bo off and then threw some unorthodox punches. And that gives him the little bit of distance to make something happen. It's a great fight. This is exciting. This is what we want.
It certainly is, and Atkins does not seem to be worried about Bo Gibbs' power on the inside. They trade hard shots here at the end of the 6th and final round.
Oh, great
toe-to-toe action. What a fantastic way to end our main event here at the Rumble at Remington. This has been 6 rounds of a super middleweight title fight. We are going to the judges' scorecards. We'll have their decision coming up.
Welcome to my lodge. This temple of wood, stone, and sports is more than just a lifestyle. It's a mentality. At Twin Peaks, we're rooted in forest-to-table comfort food, wall-to-wall TVs, and our signature 29-degree draft beer. So, welcome to the Lodge mentality. Because here at Twin Peaks, we're all lumberjacks. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views.
Baby, relax. I'll have this all cleaned up. I'll make you a nice dinner.
Love you. Bye.
Bye, baby. What are you looking at? Get in here. Scrub it! I am! Ow! Get in here.
Going to a party. I danced all
Two
night.
cups flour. Stir! Don't
I
speak!
drank 16
Faster!
beers,
Stir!
started up a fight. Wow.
You like? I slaved all day.
Holy cow, what a spectacular title fight. 6 rounds in the super middleweight division. It goes to the judges' scorecards. Let's send it up in the ring to the cantankerous Gerald Whalen.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at Remington Park, the main event of the evening, proudly brought to you by Cathedral, goes to the scorecards. Judge Jason Greenwald scores the bout 57-57, even. Judge Gary Ritter scores the bout 59-55. Judge Tim Tallchief scores the bout 58-56. For your winner and new Imperium Oklahoma State super middleweight title champion by majority decision, out of the red corner, Bo Hands Up War Gibbs.
And there it is, a majority decision. One judge finding it even, the other two ruling in favor of Bo Gibbs. And frankly, Darren, I have to say I'm somewhat surprised by that 59-55 card.
I would agree with the 59-55.
And ladies and gentlemen,
Derek
at
Atkins
this time,
brought this fight to
a
Bo
word
Gibbs.
from your new Imperium Oklahoma State
very
super
good.
middleweight
No
title holder, Bo Gibbs.
First of all, I just want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for keeping me and my opponent safe. Make a big shout out to my beautiful wife, my boy Bo, my boy Julian. Love you guys. And a big special shout out to Imperium.
Where do we go from here, Bo Sr.?
You know something? We've been wanting this fight for over 2 years. Derek's a true champion. Don't let his record as a boxer deceive you. He comes to fight. He's heavy-handed. I thank Derek Atkins and his team for taking this fight. He's a true warrior, and we've always loved Derek, but we knew we wanted this fight, and he knew we wanted it. And we're going, it's in the hands of Bobby Dobbs, the greatest promoter and greatest manager in boxing. Bobby believes in him. We're ready to take a world championship shot, okay? All right.
Thank you, Bo Sr. Ladies and gentlemen, your new Imperium super middleweight title holder, Bo Hands Up War Gibbs.
And there you go, Bo Gibbs moving his record to 21-2, solidifying his position as a world middleweight contender. We want to thank you for joining us for tonight's Rumble at Remington. I'm Andrew Spino, joined ringside as always by the champ, Darren Humphrey. We hope you will join us for our next big bout from HD Boxing here inside the ring.